We promised you last week that we're going to bring an expert, and we have him here in front of us.
Uh-oh.
He is here ready to go. His name is Miguel. Bienvenido, Miguel. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, brother. We were asking for somebody that was an expert in financing. So this is what you do here at Ross Nissan, right?
Yeah. I've been here at Ross Nissan for about 5 years already. So
you're a veteran, bro.
Started as a salesperson and,
Start from the bottom, now I'm here.
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
And that's the goal. You know what? I was meeting a sales gentleman yesterday. I went to your dealership over here in the front. I was talking to your manager, Manny. And I see that it's a bunch of hungry people.
Yeah.
They really want to evolve. And,
yeah, of course.
And I asked one of them, I said, why do you see yourself here, being here, working here? He says, you know what? Because one day I want to run this place. I want to be the manager.
Who said that?
One of the young guys.
What's wrong with him? Why does he want to take over Ross's job, man?
He says he wants to take over. He wants to be the owner. No, but
we'll talk to that guy.
You know what? It's all good. It's about goals, right?
Yeah.
And the goal here is basically with this podcast, Car Lifestyle, every week we bring you a different episode, is to bring you knowledge and about the car business. And today we're going to talk about finance and talk about leasing versus buying.
Same thing.
Is the same thing for you?
Same exact thing.
A lot of people are afraid of it because I remember like
Hispanics.
Yeah, dude.
La raza's scared.
They're like, dude, they're going to try to resell me the
El
car.
carro nunca es mío.
Yeah, it's never mine.
Pero el carro nunca es tuyo si lo estás financiando.
Yeah, es verdad.
Yeah.
Es verdad.
El carro no es tuyo hasta que agarras el pink slip.
Eso
Until you
sí.
get the pink slip, the car is yours.
Definitely.
You know, so
like for instance, if I want to lease a car, say I have my own business, I have a gardening business or any other business that I can claim, eso me ayuda mucho, right? That helps me a lot.
Yeah, you could claim it on your taxes as a tax write-off for your business, and then you can get some credit for it as well. But you have to talk to your tax advisor. But from what I know, you could do that. You could do all that.
I used to do that. Like I was leasing a car, I remember back in the day.
Yeah.
And every year, because it was part of my expenses, because I would be running, the car was like my tool. I would be running in it left and right to see clients and so on. At the end of the year, I would get that money back too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You get all that.
One of the things that I noticed with leasing is the fact that people go in there and they say, so what happens? How does a lease work?
So a lease is you could go 36 months, 48 months. On a purchase, you go 72 months, 60 months. You pay interest rate over the purchase. Excuse me. So if you pay interest over the purchase, at the end of the purchase, your vehicle is yours. That's the exact plan. That's what everybody has in mind. I'm going to buy my car. I'm going to keep it forever.
Yeah.
I never trade cars. But now that the technology is changing, the styles, everybody's competing with each other, the market's a little bit more competitive. You know, so people, what they're doing now is they're trading in their cars in the middle of a purchase.
Oh, so you can do that?
Yeah, you could trade your car in, but this is what happens. So you're going to pay interest over 72, 60 months.
Right.
Some people like to go zero down. A lot of people, no,
I have good credit. I got good credit. Leave me alone.
Yeah. I don't need to put nothing down.
Yeah. But that doesn't help, right? If you don't put anything down, because you have to lower the big amount that you're financing, right?
Yeah. So if you finance, let's just say you're buying a $20,000 car, tax and license, 22. You get a low interest rate, let's just say $2,000. You're going to pay around $24,000 for that vehicle. In 2-3 years, you want to trade it in. The vehicle's not going to be worth $24,000, you know?
Yeah, that's when you're like over here like dangling, right?
Yeah. So you're going to have the negative equity.
Yeah.
They're going to do an appraisal on your car. As soon as you drive the vehicle, it depreciates off the lot.
How much on average?
Depending. I mean, I tell people, you know what, like even Mercedes-Benz, Hummers, Porsches, they depreciate. None
because you're already putting yourself
value
into it. It's not an original vehicle anymore, right?
So what happens is they do an appraisal. They do an appraisal, comes out less, whatever is negative, meaning that if you owe money on your loan and the vehicle's, let's say you owe 20, the vehicle, they give you 15 for it, those 5,000, they roll over to the new loan. You know?
Ooh. That's where a buying kind of decision kind of hurts you because you already paid money, plus you have to pay more because you didn't end up paying the whole car and you want to change it now.
Of course, there's going to be rebates, but at the end of the day, the rebates are going to cover the tax and license on the new car. So most of the time when people upgrade from new cars, they go from a small car to a bigger car because, life changes.
Family. You were partying out. Now you have kids.
Yeah.
There's the result, and now you got.
How do you know my story,
bro? You know what? I'm a witch hunter.
So that's usually what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, and then people come in with the mentality, you know what? I want to lower my payment, or
How do I do
keep
that?
the same payment,
Yeah.
but it's nearly impossible because you're carrying negative over to the next one.
And the thing about it, for instance, right here in Ross Nissan, is that you guys keep it 100% real. And
Yeah,
you,
of course.
You're not trying to make a sell. You're trying to be realistic
Right.
and help people out because sometimes people jump onto a buy because they feel like if I jump into a buy, my credit's not that bad. I'm going to run it for 2 years. Then by then, it'll be a different option, right? Because your credit might improve.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the negative is still going to be lingering in your loan, you know? So, I mean, yeah, you're going to have a lot of people at different dealerships, you know, because you have to keep in mind dealerships are a bunch of rotating doors. So here at Ross Nissan, we keep it more like of a family dealership.
You come and we take care of it from
Yeah, of
day
course.
one. Yeah.
I mean, because we don't want you to come back like years from now saying like, hey, you know what, Miguel, so-and-so told me this, and that, and I'm still going to be here.
Right.
Unless they fire me.
No.
Mr. Ross, please don't.
Don't do it, Mr. Ross. Miguel's good.
So yeah, we don't want that. I mean,
Yeah.
we pride ourselves in keeping like a family store. You know? It's a family-owned business, not a major corporation. You know?
And that's what I like about it. That I mean, it's still a major brand, but it gives you the family feel when you walk in.
Yeah.
From the moment you walk into the service to the moment you walk over there to the building to purchase a vehicle.
Yeah.
The salespeople are not pushy. And one thing that they told me from the first podcast that you guys have an open door policy. Anybody can come in and ask you anything before they buy anything, right?
Yeah. As long as they knock on the door, that's it.
Yeah, you're like, if not, I'm gonna run.
No, yeah, we're pretty good at taking care of people. I mean, we don't like to tell them something like, hey, you know what, we'll take care of it. We never do, but
Right.
we have to. You know?
That's one of the things that I stress a lot. Like, for instance, in this podcast, you guys can really see that more than anything, we're trying to bring you information and not sell you anything.
Right.
Because selling, I mean, at this point, like you said, there's too many doors out there selling different things. Right here, it's
Yeah.
more about knowledge. You decide on where you want to be.
Yeah.
We're just showing you our product of what it is.
Giving different options.
Definitely. So we have that money that's, say, like the $5,000 that are residual value that you still have to pay, right? You still have to pay on that.
Yeah, of course. That rolls over to the next loan.
And what happens, say, for instance, if I don't want to buy a car, I want to lease a car.
Okay. Well, if you lease a car, it's better. I mean, well, depending on what your plans are. So if you're just starting off your credit, I never recommend you purchasing a car because if you're young, you're starting off your credit, you're not gonna keep that car for 5-6 years. you know?
Yeah, especially
'Cause-
like you said, the technology.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're gonna see something sportier. For example, the Altima. The Altima does not look like they looked maybe 3-4 years ago. It looks completely different.
I have a 13, dude, and compared
Yeah.
to the 17.
So you're
now-
outdated.
Oh,
So-
yeah. I got to go see you afterwards,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly. That's what I was gonna tell you.
I need a good payment and a lease because
Yeah.
I'm changing cars and the way that I run it. Going back to the leasing part, you told me that there's time for, like, for instance, you do 36 months
Yeah.
or 24 months, but within that time you can also arrange for the miles, right?
Yeah, so leases usually start from 10, 12, 15, 18. I mean, obviously, the more miles you go, the little bit more your payment, maybe $10, $15, not that much.
I would say go to the 18. Might as well
Right.
be on the safe side, you know?
So let's say you do 24, 36 months. You want to trade in your vehicle after the lease. Then pretty much you just give us your keys. We do an inspection, make sure everything's running properly. The good thing about Nissan is they're flexible.
Yeah.
So they kind of waive a little bit of damages. Like they understand you're gonna have dings,
Yeah.
dents, scratches. You know, as long as you don't return the car crashed.
Yeah, I got all
crashed,
broken apart.
messed up. All that
Hey, bro,
stuff.
you know what? I had to take out the battery and I put a Power Wheels battery.
Yeah, no, don't do that. So as long as you don't return it like
Yeah.
completely like messed up,
Destroyed, yeah.
So they understand that you're
They'll
gonna
work
have
with you.
normal wear and tear. And then another thing is that you give us your keys and then you decide, okay, you know what, I like the experience on leasing. I want to do another lease, or you know what, I just want to purchase my car. So we give you the options, leasing or
Buying.
buying.
But at the same time, like you said, for leasing purposes, if you want to start your credit, that's a good way to do it,
Yeah,
right?
of course, because like I said, you're not gonna want to keep the car for that long because you're gonna see your friends, and then you know a lot of things might change in life. You know, you might have a new job, you're just starting off your job, and you want to upgrade.
And
So-
not only that, I mean, like you said, the safety issues that come with the new technology are so good. Like, I was looking at the Rogue. It has that assist when you're driving that it makes you practically drive on your own. Like,
yeah, the cameras on the side.
yeah.
Yeah, it has that. It has what is it called? The cruise control. So it detects vehicles that are closer to you. So if you put it on cruise control and a car cuts you off, it's gonna it's gonna slow down for you, so that way you don't have to use the brakes.
That's a plus, bro.
You know?
That's a plus because if you really think about it, most of the time we're like lost in our day.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, where am I? Oh man, I have to be over
Texting,
here. Okay, yeah.
all that
Don't
stuff.
do that. Don't drive and text. Only if
Yeah.
you're the passenger.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
sit there and text for everybody else.
On the Waze app, it tells you if you're gonna be a passenger or you're the driver.
Yeah,
So you have
they're
to-
already updating that, huh?
Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean, updating yourself too with knowledge. I mean, buying can be good,
Yeah.
but leasing right now is the option that we're discussing because leasing, at the end of the day, people are scared of it. People feel like if I lease, I'm never gonna own the car.
Yeah.
But you are owning. I could say your return on your taxes will help you. Talk to your CPA, the person that does your taxes. But at the same time, you're also going to be running in a much safer vehicle, cooler vehicle.
Yeah.
And I mean, why not? Why not do that? Because at the end of the day, you're not losing value on the car. The
Nah.
dealer is the one that's losing because the dealer's taking this car back
Yeah.
at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we usually all the lease returns we return them back to Nissan, but if the car is in good condition, I mean, you know, that's a good question. I really don't know what they do. So
They probably
I'll do some research for you.
do research on that one, but I think that's what it is because
Yeah.
for the customer, from the customer perspective,
Yeah.
if you really think about it, like, I mean, I returned the lease, it's on your hands now. It's
Oh
not
yeah,
on
of course.
mine.
Yeah,
It's not on
you're-
mine.
We make you sign. Well, we don't make you. I mean, one of the paperwork that you need to sign is release of liability. So pretty much that's just saying like, from this day forward, you're not responsible for it.
It's yours.
And we do everything for you. We ground the vehicle through Nissan, letting Nissan know that you know what, like you dropped it off. And it does ask us if they buy a new car. Like yeah, we put the new VIN number, so Nissan knows constantly.
They
they're
keep
really
track of everything.
Yeah. So that's what's good about Nissan, and we handle everything for you. I mean, you don't have to do anything in your behalf.
Say, for instance, if I have okay credit, when I do a lease, my
Yeah.
payment will change as well?
Just depending on what OK credit is. I mean, I've seen deals where like OK credit gets you like great credit payment. It's
Wow.
just depending on your history as well.
So when you guys do like a lease, you guys go through Nissan Finance or you shop around as
No,
well?
we go through Nissan only. Nissan is our mother store, so our mother financing. So we go through Nissan.
And especially like today, the way we're recording this podcast today, it's on a weekend,
Right.
and you guys are gonna have a President's Day sale, right?
Yeah.
Those are the times that you also got to take advantage because that's
Yeah,
when you
of
guys
course.
offer a little bit more.
Yeah, dealerships, especially us, we're a little bit more aggressive because we are a smaller store compared to huge corporations that have more money in advertising and
Yeah.
they invest all this money. But at the end of the day, you're just a number to them, Right here, it's a little bit more personal. I mean, we take the time to actually take you to our service department, show you around, do everything for you.
Walk
guys.
you through the whole thing, the whole
Everything. We
experience.
hold your hand pretty much.
And that's what you need,
Yeah.
dude, because sometimes when you go into a dealership, you're scared already. You're like, man,
Yeah.
are they going to eat me? Are they going to be vultures about the whole
Yeah.
situation?
Yeah.
And like I mentioned in the previous episodes, you guys are not pushy. You guys are not about that. It's more about come and get to know. And if you feel comfortable, let's
Yeah.
dance. But what if I say, you know what? I want to buy a car. I'm set on buying a car because
Yeah.
I want to buy a car. What do you recommend for a person to do before coming in?
Well, I mean, we show you different options. I mean, we just don't show you the buy. We show you a lease and a buy. We explain the benefits of both. And at the end of the day, it's your decision to make. If you say, you know what, the buy is better for me than on the lease because for whatever reason, then we're not going to fight you on it. It's like, okay,
Right.
cool. So go
for
ahead,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to push you into something you don't want to do because then it's going to come back to us and
hunt you.
Yeah, of course.
And hunt you. But the buy, say for instance, it's all driven by your credit, right?
The
Your
buy is
credit.
driven, but right now, since for some reason the banks are more
They're lenient?
everywhere. Yeah, they're lenient everywhere.
They're like, you know what? Everybody's getting their tax
Yeah.
returns. Let's help them out.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course, because and plus we have aggressive sales team, sales managers, finance department. From top to bottom, like everybody makes sure to get you the best deal,
Because at
because
the
we don't
end
want to go. We don't want you to go to any other dealership and say, hey, you know what, this is what they did, and lose business somewhere else.
Say, for instance, if you have a customer that comes in and has an offer from a different dealership, are you guys willing to work with them and beat it?
Of course.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
And a lot of people don't know
course.
that. They don't know that they can shop around.
Right. Well, what a lot of dealerships do, they just pretty much they tell you what they could do. By the time you're leaving out the door,
Yeah.
they tell you, okay, what if I do this?
Yeah.
No, let me think about it. Then you go to another dealership and then, what if, can I, would you, can I?
Yeah.
That's an old sales technique that,
Yeah.
we don't use here because it's like, well, why would I you can't get a $200 payment on $30,000
No, that's
car.
a lie.
You know, unless you put a lot of money down.
Yeah.
But there's dealerships out there that do that just to get you back into the door. So you're when you leave that dealership, you have that number in your mind, like,
Yeah.
well, they told me over there I could do $200 a month. Well, you know what? And then we run your credit. It just turns out they didn't run your credit, or they didn't
Oh.
submit you to the bank.
They just wanted to work the deal.
Yeah, of course, that's all it is. You know, and it happens all the time.
How long did you sell cars before you jumped onto finance?
I sold cars for about 4 years.
So
Yeah.
you're pretty like into the whole thing.
Yeah. I started off as a salesman, and then I was a manager, a sales manager. I'm not a sales manager, a team manager. So, well, I forgot the position.
You just went through all the positions.
Yeah, I just went through all of them. And then I
and-
got the opportunity.
And
Yeah.
why do you like finance?
I don't like finance. No, I'm just kidding.
You love it.
No, I like finance because you have the whole picture in front of you. I mean, any questions you have regarding your term, your loan, your amount of finance, your rate, your taxes, the city, everything I have under in on my screen. So I could tell you if you have questions about anything. I could tell you what bank approved you, what bank didn't approve you. And a lot of mistakes that a lot of people are doing is they're going to different dealerships, running their credit. And what happens is that all the dealerships use the same bank. So it's just a matter of going to the right dealership where they want to help you.
Instead of getting a hit, because if you run
Yeah.
it multiple times, you're going to lose some points. And to build those up is crazy. Takes forever.
Yeah. So, I mean, every Nissan dealership uses the same credit bureaus. I mean, you're not going to go to this dealership and another dealership, and because it comes from the same finance company. So if they don't approve you there, they're not going to approve you here. They're not going to approve you over there.
Because be realistic too, you know.
So I mean, that's a good thing. Like I said, I keep mentioning that Ross Nissan. You know, it's a family-owned business, and you know we want to keep you guys here forever. You know, building lifelong relationships. That's what
And
it
I
is.
see that, like right here, like you have a lot of families here
Yeah.
coming. Do you see their kids coming with them?
Yeah.
Like the other day, I came in to see Robert, the manager here, because I needed an oil change.
Is that what he's claiming to be the manager?
Dude, he says that he.
That guy's a loop tag.
No, nah, pobrecito. No, I came to see Robert,
Yeah.
and I saw that there was like a girl, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm bringing my mom's car in, but can I bring mine in next week?" And
Yeah.
blah blah. And it's all like within the family. You guys
Yeah.
really, really look out for everybody.
Yeah, no, we do. I mean, because like I said, I mean, we want to bring people back. You know, since I've been here as a salesperson, a lot of people come and we recognize each other. Like, hey, you sold me my first car 4 years ago. Wow, it's been that time. Oh my God. That's a
And
long
you're like,
time.
now I can hook you up because I'm the manager.
Nah, not really. No, I don't
Yeah.
like to throw names out. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, I take care of people. Even
Yeah.
if from a salesperson to a manager, I stay the same.
That's good. So say, for instance, a sales guy. I'm the
Yeah.
sales guy here. I come to you and I tell you, okay, I have this deal. You are the one that approves it, or you're the one that runs the paperwork?
Yeah, we do the paperwork. I do the paperwork, and then we type up the contract. We do your DMV paperwork. I do everything for you. So, and I present to you the benefits of the warranty, the maintenance, the gap, paint protection. I show you. I hold your hand and explain to you. If you have questions, I answer your
Don't
questions.
hold my hand, bro. Don't do it.
So this is what we do. I mean,
But for instance, on a purchase and a lease, okay, does the lease already have included the service? Do you
No.
guys have a contract like that?
no, it doesn't. So the good thing about buying a car here at Nissan, Ross Nissan, we give you 1 year complimentary.
Oh, so it's free 99, as they say.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
free. I mean, for 1 year.
Uh-huh.
And then if you want to do a 3-year maintenance plan, it's like $15, $18.
And it's worth it because it covers all your major maintenances.
Why just your regular maintenance? Because Nissans really don't need a lot of maintenance. So the only
They're
really
easy to
thing,
work with.
Yeah, they're very easy.
Yeah.
So the good thing about that, you come here, we do your oil change, we rotate your tires, do an inspection of your
Fluids.
vehicle, everything, and then that's it. You don't have to worry about paying one penny, nothing. So it's
That's
cool.
easy. I mean,
And then you eat Panera bread.
dude, they had Panera bread here. They had bagels, and I was thinking there were tamales, but you know me, I'm always hungry. I'm a foodie.
Yeah, they don't have tamales here.
That one day we'll bring
Not yet.
tamales. We'll
Yeah.
bring tamales and get it going here. The flavor here in Rossman, Nissan, El Monte.
Yeah.
But now with the lease, you said that was for the purchase, right? If you want to purchase the thing or that
No,
program.
the lease is the same thing.
Oh, the
Lease
same
or
thing.
purchase. You could add it for 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, and then your payment goes up slightly, not that much.
Not
but
that much. You won't feel it in your pocket that
No,
much.
of course not,
Yeah.
because you'll feel it when you come in here, and then you have to drop 60, 70, 80 bucks.
Yeah.
Rather than, okay, I'll just give it on my payment. You prepay it for your
Uh-huh.
whole term, and even if the oil price goes up, the cost of labor goes up, you're
Stays.
still at that price.
You're kind of locking it in there.
Yeah, of course. So that's what you explain. But when you go into when you go into sign the paperwork, I go over all that stuff for you.
Good.
Yeah,
You let
everything.
people know, look, this is what you have.
Yeah.
Another thing that I recommend when you guys purchase a vehicle, and also, and correct me if I'm wrong, do you guys offer gap insurance for people that actually buy their vehicles and lease their vehicles too, or is just for purchase only?
Purchase is only on purchase you'll get gap because you are financing the vehicle through a bank.
Oh, okay.
So when
So
you do
you
a
don't want to
lease-
lose that, right?
Yeah, of course. Well, gap is good because in case you get in an accident, whatever the insurance company doesn't pay, gap will pay remaining balance of it.
They'll come back with it. So say for instance, like I had a vehicle and this is the weird part.
And you didn't have gap.
No, I did have it, but I
did?
was leasing the vehicle.
Oh, okay.
And
so
my
you don't have
vehicle-
to buy it.
No, but my vehicle got stolen.
Really?
So they did
What kind of
sell
car
me-
was it?
It was a Lexus.
So you got lucky.
I got lucky,
stolen.
bro, because it was over a lot of money that I was
Yeah.
paying. No, but it was sad because I really liked my car. I really wanted to
Yeah.
keep it
Yeah.
after the purchase because I got a purchase with option to buy the lease.
Yeah.
Option to buy. I had 18,000 miles on it. So I went into it because I didn't want to pay the big amount, but
Yeah.
I figured, you know what? At the end of my term, which was 36 months, I can upgrade and then just refinance the remaining amount, whatever it is,
Yeah.
on the car, right?
Yeah, you could do that. So when you do a lease, you have the option to buy. A lot of people say, well, I don't want to buy it, or you know what, I'm gonna pay for the car double. But at the end of the day, if you do your calculations, it's gonna come out to be the same exact thing you're gonna pay for.
And the good thing about leasing is that your payment is lower.
Of course.
It's lower,
Yeah.
and like you said, you have the programs that give you like those free incentive things, like the oil changes,
Yeah.
little things like that. Depends on the dealer. Every dealer is different, but I would highly recommend a
Yeah.
lease just because of the option to upgrade anytime.
Yeah, that's true because if you lease it, then you buy it, and then you purchase it, and you finish paying it off, which is rare now. You do the calculation, it's gonna be the same exact thing.
Yeah.
But just like us, Hispanics, Mexicanos, no, el carro nunca es tuyo.
Yeah,
Vas a pagar impuestos, vas a pagar doble.
you're just gonna waste
Te
your
van a
money.
cobrar las millas,
Yeah.
estás tirando el dinero, lo estás rentando. A lot of stuff that we know we get all the time. But there we go again. I mean, we go over everything. We explain to you everything like there is to know about a lease, the negatives, the pros, and the cons, and then you make the decision. I mean, if it works out well, perfect. If it doesn't, perfect. We go on the purchase. You know?
Okay, you want the higher payment? Let's
Yeah.
do the buy. Come
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
just trying to help you. Well,
Yeah,
that's all good.
yeah, exactly.
Like, but I think with Nissan, since it's such a good commercial brand, the pricing is just adjusted perfectly. Like, if you want a family nice car like the Altima,
Yeah.
I mean, the prices are not outrageous. You're not paying 50, 60, 70,000 for a car, you know?
Yeah.
It's a nice vehicle that's in the 30s. Or even less, probably in the 20s.
Yeah.
Depends on the model that you get. But at the same time, you're getting a brand new vehicle.
Yeah.
And what I like about that is the fact that, like you said, in the lease, you're carrying on your credit line to increase it because you're not putting a lot, but it's not hurting your pocket a lot, but you're getting a lot in return. You're getting a brand new car.
Yeah. Of course. You get a brand new car every 2, 3 years, 4 years, and then you get a newer car. You know?
What happens, say, for instance, if my term is for 36 months, but at 24 I want to return it? Is that possible?
Yeah, we could do that. So, I mean, what we do, we either take in your vehicle as a trade, like as a purchase, or we pay off the remaining 12 payments of your lease. So, I mean, there's a bunch of different options. It's just that you just have to, explore both options when you get here.
When you get here.
Yeah.
But the idea is that leasing is a little bit more better because a lot of people tend to get discouraged because of the lack of knowledge.
Yeah, that's
But
all
you-
it is.
You put it on the table.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
it is. I mean, there's programs out there and dealers out there that say, you know what, we'll fix your credit. We'll fix your credit too. They do the exact
Come
same
here.
thing.
Yeah,
you know?
come here. Yeah.
We use Nissan Bank, Nissan Bank. We use Nissan Bank too.
Yeah.
Other dealerships can't do more than us because we use the same banks. So
Yeah.
if you say, well, no, over there they want to help me, I mean, it's just a matter of the person you meet. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you come in, you can ask for anybody here and everybody will help you out. There's
Right.
nobody out there like trying to get you like
Try-
monsters.
Come. Yeah, I know.
You know?
And that's what I like about it, that you're transparent and you're bringing that to a table, honesty.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, this has been this episode about, leasing versus financing. On my book, I'm learning and leaning towards leasing.
Yeah.
Just because of the options that you save money in your
Right.
pocket, you get extra services, and you have the option to return the vehicle and always upgrade to a brand new vehicle without any hesitation versus buying a vehicle. You come in and you have to see if you owe any money.
Yeah.
Then they put that on the loan.
Yeah. And then some banks won't even allow, if you're negative too much and your credit is just starting, they won't allow
to return
the negative to go over to your new loan.
They're like, no, this guy might just want to jump.
So they don't want to put you in a situation where you might not make a payment, because at the end of the day, you're going to end up owing the bank and you're going to mess up your own credit.
Everybody will lose at the end of the day.
Wouldn't it be nice to go after 36 months, trade in your vehicle, okay, here you go, versus and getting a new car, or having to go through all the trouble of like negative, where the bank say yes and you pay your loan. And let's say you go from a purchase to a lease, your payment's going to be even higher, because now you're crunching up the term, 72 months to 36 months.
And I was so like kind of like driven to buy. Like my brother's in the market for a car too, and me too. But I was thinking, you know what? He's like, no, I'm gonna go in there and purchase the car, and I'll get it over with like that. I'm like, but you're kind of losing, because right away the car loses value.
As soon as it touches the sidewalk,
you're done.
You're done.
You're like, dude, but I put armor on it. It's okay.
I did a detail.
Nice.
Okay.
It doesn't
Thank
matter.
you.
You're still done. You know what? We can continue talking about more and more purchases. I know you're getting busy. You're getting messages from people already coming in. But I want to thank you for giving us this knowledge, leasing versus buying a vehicle, and exploring your options. Every dealer, like you said, has options, but just go for the one that's honest, I would say.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, honesty is the best policy, people say, Keep in mind, whatever other dealerships say they could do, we could do for you too. I mean, we're a smaller store. We have a less overhead versus major stores, and they sell a lot more cars. But we do the same thing.
Yeah, you sell your cars, but you do it one at a time. You take your time.
Yeah, of course. So, come ask for us. I mean, ask for me if you want to talk to me.
Give them your number just in case people want to hit you up.
Yeah, 626-350-8868. Extension 1431.
1431 right here at Ross Nissan. Don't worry, he doesn't have a jealous girl. It's all good. You can call him anytime, all right? Thank you, brother, for the time.
All right, man.
And we'll be back next week with a new episode of Car Lifestyle here on iTunes and Podbean. Share, subscribe, tell your friends about it. Remember, the whole purpose of this podcast is to teach you about the car life that exists out there and the layers that a lot of people don't really focus on. We bring them to you.
Yeah, of course. What song do you have as a conclusion? You should have the Lowrider song.
You want the Lowrider song? You know what? We're going to look into that, because
you have the look for a Lowrider.
Thank you. I'm not a cholo, but it's just the look. No, but we might have to put a different one, because if not, Lowrider's going to want to have to get their royalties. They're going to want like $10,000 every month, bro. And
that's true.
You know what? We cannot be like, yo, bro, we got bagels at Ross Nissan. Come and get one.
Yeah.
But we got you covered. Thank you, brother.
All right, man.